What's up, fellow YouTubers? This is Reagan here, and today I will be discussing with you further about my all-star mitt and also film it during a better time of the day, because the last video I did, it was during the evening time and it was kind of hard to really see the mitt very much because it's black. I mean, you could see it enough, but let's just say it wasn't that great, at least not to me. But anyways, I was going to show you some things about it that I couldn't in my previous video, which is, you know, it's got the label here, its logo, and then it's got the profiled toe, which is right there, and then it's got like its model number and then the MBK, which means 34 inches and professional series. But all in all, this is a really nice glove, and I'm really liking it, as I said in my video once before. And once again, the 100% means that it's the Maldonado Black. The rest of it's pretty much exactly the same as the regular BK model. And in the last video, I made a mistake and I kept calling it the SBK. It's really the BK. SBK means small black. So an SBK essentially means that it is 33.5 inches, and the XS BK means it's extra small, so 32 inches. And 32 inches I think is more designed for like a younger kid, maybe in high school, because the pocket size is very small, and I think it's designed for a smaller hand. I mean, I have small hands, but I have the 34 inch because, like, again, as I mentioned before, I use a softball for this, so I need one that's got a bigger pocket. And the regular BK is a 35 inch, okay? And the same thing applies for the black tan. XS BT, SBT, BT, so on, so forth, okay? Pretty straightforward. Now, as far as breaking these in goes, I will say this is gonna, I mean, it'll get broken in eventually, just like anything else, but this one might be a little tricky to break in because, you know, you have to be careful with how you break this in. In other words, as I said previously in my other video, you can't really put it in the oven. Not that I would do that anyway, because I think that is just foolish. But I know there are people that do, and it's no offense to you guys out there. I just, like I said, I don't like it. But anyway. So, this is the mallet that I got. And it's been helping me tremendously with my A2000 glove. This one, though, they say it doesn't take long to break it in, but I don't know. I mean, with it being a catcher's mitt, I mean, you see how thick it is. It is very, like, thick. It's not even funny. I mean, there's so much, like, padding in here. I mean, it's hard to describe how thick this thing is. I mean, it is so solid, which is good. You know, that's a good thing. But, I don't know. But so far, I've just basically been kind of, you know, folding it over and, you know, kind of taking the mallet, hitting it like so, you know, flipping it over and doing the same to the other side, and also kind of, you know, beating it like in the middle, like where the stitching is, because that's what helps loosen the glove up and the leather, apparently, especially if it's like been a hot day or something and it's been out in the heat. Makes it easier to break it in. And like I said, these gloves are not meant to go in the ovens. It will ruin them if you put them in there, from what I have understood. But I think once it breaks in, it'll be an absolutely incredible glove to use. And of course, throwing a ball in it will help more than anything. Just getting out in the yard and just working with it pretty much on a daily basis. That's basically what I've been doing with my A2000. If I'm not busy working or doing something with family, what have you, I'm usually outside with it, breaking it in. The same applies to this one. Now, the good thing about this one here that I've noticed is it's got like a little finger hood. I mean, you can also take your finger out and put it up here. Nothing wrong with that. I just prefer to put it inside. I mean, your index finger is still technically out. It's just got like a little hood over it. I like putting it inside the hood versus out of the hood because it feels more natural for me to hold it in my hand. And, you know, I'm already starting to be able to squeeze it just a little bit. I don't know if you can see the squeezes very much, and understandable if you can't, because like I said, it's a black mitt, so this one might be a little bit harder to see, and it's not as open as what my A2000 is. But like I've said before, Black Stallion of all mitts, absolutely beautiful. You know, I love the feel of it so much. Like I said, I almost bought a Rawlings Heart of the Hide, but this one won me over, and this is what I have. And, you know, I would say any glove that anyone has that, you know, they love, you know, that's normal, because you have different brands for different people. And I know that I mention All-Star and Wilson a lot, and Rawlings, but there's also other brands as well, like Mizuno and Easton. I don't deal with those brands. I usually deal with Wilson and All-Star. Those are my two brands right now. I mean, eventually I might venture out a little, but right now I'm content with Wilson and All-Star. Those are my go-to right now. But Rawlings, I think, well, Rawlings I know is a good glove because I've tried it on. Like I said, I just happen to like this one better. And like I said, it's expensive, but it's worth it. And oh, one more thing, it's got like the adjustable strap down here, so this will be easier to fit like different hand sizes because it's adjustable right there. Now my Wilson A2000 that I had, because it molded to my hand so much, when I would try to put it on someone else's hand, like my husband or someone else that had a bigger hand, it didn't pan out too well, as you can imagine. But this one here, this bad boy here, you can adjust it, you can make it as loose or as tight as you want, and you're good to go. It's perfect. And like I said, I apologize that my other blurry was not as clear and as good, but I was really excited that I got it, and I just wanted to film, but I didn't think about how blurry it was going to be. Well, maybe not blurry, but it was kind of grainy because it was dark outside. But this is my baby, and I love it. And I really, like I said, I love everything about this glove. Like, it is absolutely amazing. I don't think I've ever seen one so unique. And I love my Wilson A2000 and always will, but I don't know, there's just something about catcher's mitts. They're so neat and so unique. I mean, I don't know. They're just really cool. And I remember when I first saw the All-Star, I was immediately drawn to it. And this was after, you know, I wanted the Rawlings. Like, I was certain I was going to get the Rawlings. But I was immediately attracted just by the way it looked. But on the same token, I did not go by looks alone. I never do that with gloves. Never. I mean, that is very stupid, because you could end up with a bad one if you just go on looks, you don't even put it on. But while I did like the black and tan color wave better, this is really so much better because of how durable it is. Because I watched a YouTube video somewhere, and I don't think the guy had it very long. It was the black and tan, like all in here was tan, and I immediately started seeing palm stains in that glove. And like I said, I don't think he had it long. And for me, I don't want to pay $450 for something that immediately gets palm stains. You know, that just doesn't make sense to me. The black one, though, I don't think is going to have that problem, because I've been throwing a softball in it like no tomorrow, and there's no stain in it yet. Look, there is like nothing there. Like, it is flawless. And I mean, my A2000 doesn't even have a palm stain in it, and I've had it for over a month now. Yeah. See, I've had that over a month. But hey, each their own. If you want the black and tan, I will not blame you if you buy it, because if you really want it and you really like it, by all means get it, because there's preferences with everybody, and I know that. And honestly, even with the black and tan, even though I have my feelings about it, I don't think that you'll make a mistake buying it, simply because it's still good. It's still a good glove. I mean, it is. They all are. I guess you just have to find your niche with the glove. Another feature that I like about this glove, and I know I don't mean to be all over the place, but there's so many things that I see with this glove and I'm just like, I want to talk about it. I like the stitching on it. I think it's cool how they did the stitching. Now, I know some people may not necessarily think that that's a big deal, but I think it's neat. I really think it's cool, and it's even on the inside of the web right here, and it's on the sides. So, all in all, an absolutely gorgeous glove. And once again, I really like the stitching here. That's really cool. Honestly, I don't think there's really anything that I could say bad about this glove. It really is amazing. And once again, when it comes to breaking one in, as previously discussed, I would just kind of use a mallet like this, or whatever you can find at Dick's Sporting Goods, and just kind of beat on it as much as you can, turn it over like so. And I don't want to hit it too hard because I'm using a table and I don't want my phone to fall over. But you do the same thing, and also some of this here, but hard, obviously, and obviously, excuse me. And then you just turn it over and do the same thing here. My words are rambling today, and I don't like that. And I remember in my previous video how I discussed how I didn't like fur in gloves. This one has fur in it, but to my surprise, it doesn't really bother me all that much. It didn't bother me like I thought it might. It's actually not as noticeable. I think this one might have some moisture wicking material, be my guess. But I mean, this is kind of, like I said, it's what the inside looks like. I don't know if y'all can see it too well, but it's constructed well. I mean, it's constructed very well. And I would say it's built better than most gloves out there. That's just my personal thought. Because, like I said, I've tried on Wilson, I've tried Rawlings, and out of those two, this one is just superior. This one is just superior. I think I've tried one Easton glove and one Mizuno glove, but they just didn't feel right to me. And this is when I was looking for my other glove, when I first got the A2000 and looking at different gloves. I think I tried at least one Easton on, and it just wasn't me at all. The Mizuno glove felt okay, but it wasn't my cup of tea. There's just, I don't know, there's just something about it that I didn't like. But I think, like I said, I think everybody has their glove for them. And if you're looking to buy a glove right now, try several on. Find what works for you, because if you don't, and you get a glove and you don't like it, you've literally just invested in something and it's a waste, because gloves are expensive. Oh my gosh. Now, if you got like a Wilson A950 or something, or maybe a Wilson A1000, not too awful bad, but if you're wanting the big guns like this stuff, you're gonna pay at least $200 or more. Like I said, this bad boy was $450. I paid close to $500 by the end of it, because taxes are ridiculous right now. But like I said, each to their own, whatever you want to do. But if you go with the professional serious gloves, that's what you're going to have. You're going to have gloves that cost $200 and above. And catcher's mitts, some of these catcher's mitts, like this one here, I would say that so far, like on the market, that's like ready to buy brand new. And I'm not talking about like some special release or rare glove. I'm talking about typical gloves that are out there now. I mean, I don't think this one's typical. It's gorgeous and I love it. But anyway, I would say this one is the most expensive one by far that I've seen just out there and prepared. And I'm not, you know, not even, I mean, this is close to the price of a Rawlings or Wilston custom glove, and this one is not customized at all. I mean, I just bought it off the site, and it's close to the same price as a Wilson or Rawlings custom glove, and that should tell you something about the glove. And I know that because I tinkered around with custom gloves, but I don't know, to me the originality of them just looks so much better, so I just kind of forgot about the custom glove idea altogether, because I thought, I don't know if I'm really that interested, because I felt like at that point the All-Star felt good on me. I loved the way it looked. I'm like, you know what, why not get an All-Star? Just get it, you know, give it a fair shot. And I have, and I'm so happy that I did. I mean, this thing has been a blessing. It really has. And I know that there are people that use All-Star that say that there are better gloves out there, but I don't know. I just don't think that's true, man. But then again, that's okay. You know, I have my thoughts, they have theirs. That's perfectly fair. We all have a right to our feelings. But if any of y'all want to reach out and just chat with me and ask me about my gloves, what I do with them, feel free, because, you know, I love YouTubing when I can, when I'm not too busy to do it. And I hope y'all have a blessed and fantastic day. I love y'all. Bye.